So like some kind of clandestine Cold War maneuver, Kellen and I have exchanged the drive. His work last week is now my work this week. 381 entries. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the video above. Right. It was funny, actually. He approached the bench, placed the drive on the bench. I put some gloves on, took the drive, put gloves in pocket, came home. So let's have a look. Here's the logic sessions, and you'll see that Kellen split it up into 4 parts. I believe he's on a 2015 MacBook, maybe, of some sort. So he's struggling, keep them all in the same session. So the first job for me today is to see if I can get it all in the same session. I really want to whip about, so I'm just kind of hoping that I can. Okay, this is the first time I've really put this iMac Pro to the test. Let's see if we can break it. Okay, just it's the amazing John done by Kellen here. Right. Just out of curiosity. I don't know whether to be joyous or just incredibly nervous. Okay, so I'm going to give it a super big buffer. Should we see if it plays? Perfect, right, off to Jake to mix. I have a capacity for inventing jobs that don't have an established workflow in software systems that aren't designed for this purpose. But what I've done is made a huge, massive buffer. It appears to be handling 381 odd tracks of stuff. And then what I've done is I've created a bunch of different groups, which are going to have these colorings as a means of, I hope, then organizing them into track stacks. But I guess the main job is for me just to classify what everything is. So let's just have a listen to Nathan Fletcher's. Okay, so that's a synth. It's episodic. I'm not going to be able to use that all the way through because it operates a lot of the bandwidth. It feels slightly kind of aleatoric and stuff, but it's going to be a lovely kind of moment, delays, all of that kind of stuff, which would be fine. So we've got groups largely CP and EP. EP means counterpoint, EP means episodic. So what I'm going to do is judge whether I'm going to be able to create a counterpoint, a solid kind of block from that instrument, and we'll have things ebbing in and out, or indeed I need to find a moment, grab it, and make it kind of an episodic kind of moment. And then the idea, I think, is to kind of tackle each stack at a time, instrument by instrument. I think I'll do the counterpoint stuff first, so create the landscapes, the rolling hills and the gushing rivers, and then for a kind of second full pass, I'll go and do all the episodic stuff, find these little bits, and within a stack, find a little hole for that episodic moment to happen, and those will probably really punch out. Right, so that's them all categorized. So hopefully I can then make track stacks, and then suddenly we'll all get a bit organized, I think. By going into the stacks, I can then just create and sculpt something really interesting out of the counterpoint stuff, which I think should be like, I don't know, it's almost like kind of dolphins, like a I don't know, is it a pod of dolphins kind of swimming together, and you'll see one come out, and occasionally one will kind of spray stuff out of his head nostril and all of that stuff. And then the episodic stuff, I think I'm going to make that really bold, so people like really hear their moment. We've got some blank tracks. This is not because I've lost your bits. You'll see that there's 2 tone matrices, that one will be a stem, and I've selected which one. You know how before, it basically, when I played everything at the same time, it sounded like Zeus doing a fart. It's like my choice of deity there. I don't think there's many Zeus lovers out there that I'm going to offend. Okay, but check this out. Now, obviously, it was a fart sound because also it was just 400 tracks, all normalized, hitting the bus. So let's just have a listen to the piano counterpoint thing. And what I love about this is, on the whole, people kept their piano counterpoint stuff actually quite, unlike my kind of digga-digga-digga-ding stuff, they kept it kind of quite sparse. And as a consequence, you really can hear the pattern of this is an amazing sound. I'll hit solo. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm sad that you can't be here with me in Edinburgh, but
I'm sorry
we're doing
about
our bit, aren't we? So I don't know if you've heard, but there's 381 tracks.
Last time I heard it was about 100, so okay.
No, 381, and it sounds like Zeus farting when you play it all together. I have a kind of a bit of a plan in my head. Basically, I've been organising them into stacks.
Yeah.
And then I'm approaching each stack. Now, some, like for example, the bass, I'm probably going to give you as 1 or 2 stereo files to fuck around with. Some I'm going to give you as multis. Like,
Brilliant,
for
yeah.
example, the main piano stack, I think you're going to probably want to go in and do every piano and pan it and all of that kind of
Absolutely, be nice. Yeah.
One stack, which I think is like the ambient guitars, I'm going to make it a carousel.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah.
they're going to come to the front and then go round and round. So that's great. And then I've got these episodic stacks. So the counterpoint stacks is my name for like people who are doing systemsy stuff that's repetitive. And then there's these episodic stacks, which are they're just free
Solos.
And it just basically sounds like Nam
Right,
at the moment.
okay.
So it's hysterical. So I'm basically those might end up actually being stereos where I'm just gonna like really ultra produce them, pull out stuff, make them really upfront. There's an amazing untuned, like a drum stack.
Oh,
which
wicked.
I'm going to do
Great.
some side chaining
Cool.
with.
Yeah.
The ambient synth stack is I'm actually going to send it to BT tonight just so he can hear what it sounds like when you have about 100 ambient synths playing simultaneously, which is great. So that's the plan. I sent you something earlier.
Yes, I literally just opened it up. It's
Okay.
It's very cool.
And then I guess we do a handshake on that. I think that hopefully by the time you're up and running tomorrow, I'll have I'll maybe have one of the more demanding stacks for you, maybe the big piano stack.
That's great. Yeah, because you can give me in chunks, and I can be working on it and doing a little video of what stuff, but also just getting it in place is a good idea. Lovely, yeah, lovely. When are we having our virtual beer?
Yes, no, that's a very good point. Well, should we do that tomorrow night once we've broken ground on this?
Amazing.
All right, mate.
Great, nice one, mate.
You sleep well. Be
See you
here
later.
tomorrow.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
So as you heard me mention to Jake there, it's a lot tidier now. I've got everything organised into stacks. What I'll do is I'll take you through each of the stacks as they currently sound at the beginning of the day tomorrow, but it's a real treat. The news is good. We've done something amazing that has a sound that's quite extraordinary, and I think it will click for all of you who have taken part and for all of you that are watching, that we are just constituent parts. And it's amazing how these constituent parts work and how some maybe don't work as well as others will need a little bit more post-production in the context of something as enormous as this. So do tune in again. We're going to try and do these daily prior to the world premiere on Saturday at 1700 hours GMT on the Spitfire audio site first, and then we'll have a premiere chasing it with a much more in-depth, more detailed look into this project thereafter on this channel. So subscribe, ding that bell for notifications on both this channel and the Spitfire audio channel link below, and one of those for just all of you. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow.